Coming to the green flag here for round number 14 of the 2023 FBRL Sony Cup Series season. Cody Lamas, your winner from the Netherlands. He's on pole for Michigan today. It's Ford's home race. Lamas with Marchese on the outside. Green flag in the air here in Michigan. Lamas jumps out to a great start. Shelley from third all the way up to second place already. And it's the 33 of FBRL struggling to get his 33 car underway. This was quite a surprise qualifying effort from this 33 team, but he is getting swamped really quickly here as Rodriguez now underneath him looking to become the top Toyota. But through the first lap here, Lamas leads in the 48 car. Shelley's sitting there in second place. With this being Ford's home race, there's going to be a lot of pressure for the Turner guys to perform. So Shelley definitely needs to try and win this here today. Had a great run at the Netherlands, but would love to follow up with a win here. As Sam England dives it way to the bottom lane, underneath the top two in points of Davidson and Weeks. And England takes the spot there. Nice pass from the 82. He is on the move. Is Marchese now getting a push from Charles Sanford, looking for second from Shelley as Sanford threads for 3 wide, perhaps changes his mind. Here's Jesse Turner. He had an engine failure in qualifying, which caused him to start dead last here, as he's now trying to fight Edward Zemba for the position here. Zemba goes high into Turner, and they make contact in Turner, and Zemba in the wall. Caution comes out as Turner into the back of the 70, and they go hard into the outside wall in turn 1. And Zemba took the worst of it, and here they come racing back to the line. England gets past Shelley for the spot. Shelley may lose third as well, but Lamas leads at the line to take the caution flag for the first caution of the day. Let's watch this again here. Turner gets a draft, goes high up on the 70 here, and ooh, Turner, oh man, he just, from that angle, looks like he just hooked the 70 into the wall. We'll have to get an onboard of that one, but that did not look pretty from that angle. At least not in Turner's favor. Well, here we go. Pit stops underway here as we are under caution for the first time today here at Michigan. Lamas comes to pit road. And, ooh, Vince Freeze in a 25 is going to stay out. Really ran a couple of laps here. And this is expected to be a 2-stopper. So Freeze, he's going to take a bit of a risk here. And this is going to give him the lead. So Freeze stays out. Someone else stayed out as well. I see the 13 of Francois Chastain staying out as well. There's Zemba coming off pit road after he had to repair some damage here. So interesting choice here by these guys to come to stay out, and then these guys basically almost everyone pitted. And a couple guys taking right sides and left sides. So Lamas taking 4 tires. We got a couple guys I think that didn't take any tires at all. Charlie Smith, Bobo Jones, Sean Perkins. This is going to get them from track position here. And Lamas is going to lose the lead. Well, he was going to lose the lead regardless, but that's going to shuffle the order a bit. As Acosta, I think, also didn't take tires. So, got a couple different strategies going on here. You got 2 guys staying out. You got a couple guys who took gas only. Some right side, some 2-tire guys. Then you got Lamas over there with 4 tires. Coming for the restart here as we're going to restart here on lap number 9. Vince Freeze, Francois Chastain stayed out on the racetrack. The cars behind, 57, 31, 44, took no tires, gas only, and we are back underway here in Michigan. Freeze jumps out to the lead. Francois Chastain trying to hold second from Sean Perkins. In the 57, there's Lamas with the 4 tires. I imagine he should be able to make some quick work of the guys in front of him. Charlie Smith in the Crossroads Racing 31 here. He's trying to hold here. I think what they're gambling on here is getting some track position, hoping for a lucky caution. But you can see the difference in speed between the ones who took tires and didn't. As Freeze leads, but here comes Lamas with England shoving him forward. So Lamas is going to easily take the lead back in the 48 car. And Freeze getting way shoved out of line there as Sanford threads the needle 3 wide. Here comes Weeks up the inside to throw a block on the 8 car, trying to protect the bottom in the corner. But Weeks, your points leader now, he's up to 3rd. And he is shoving England forward here. He may be looking for 3 potentially there. Here comes the 30 underneath the 82 and the 48. 3 wide for the lead as Weeks goes all the way down to the yellow line. And he's going to make the pass, I think, off at turn 2. He does. Strong move by the 30. Here comes England now with the draft on the bottom, trying to get past the 48 with the 30's help. But Weeks pulls way ahead to the lead as Sanford now slides up towards Lamas there off the exit of turn 4. That exit of turn 4 is going to be really tricky today. But Weeks, he takes the lead, and the points leader trying to extend the points lead even further. England follows in with him, and now the battle for 3rd's heating up with Sanford and Lamas going at it here. Vince Freeze, he is in some trouble here. He is in a hornet's nest, and he's just trying to hold on. And Stinson tries to make it 3, almost 4 wide with Zayden. And Stinson powers past the 25 as Freeze goes all the way up towards the wall. Ooh, it is getting really tight here. These guys are racing really hard. Michigan being such a wide racetrack with multiple grooves, for the mostly multiple grooves. It's offering a lot of opportunities here as Rodriguez and Stinson made contact off of turn 2. And Rodriguez had to lift off the throttle to not wreck into the 96. And they keep it going, but that was a close one there. Lamas is dropping back in this 48 car. He was leading the first first couple of laps handedly, but this 48 has all of a sudden lost some pace. I wonder if this car just does not drive very well in dirty air like it would in clean air. It would explain why the 48 has not exactly been as quick once he lost the lead. But he falls outside the top 5 for now as DJ Curtis and Joseph Strigley, they have now cracked the top 5. Meanwhile, Weeks, he's gone. He has left the building in the 30 car, and he's doing this without draft, by the way. Shelley holds on to 2nd place there. You can see England now trying to come get the draft. Dom Capps in the 6th, going past Marchese for 8th. Zane Davidson holding the last points position at the moment, running in 10th place with DeMax sitting behind. Going through this field here within the first 20 laps of this race. There's Turner in the 17. He's got some heavy damage in that car, but he took 4 tires, so I think him taking 4 tires is helping him compete with these guys despite the damage on the 17 cars. He runs in 24th, running ahead of the 87 of Lane Sanders. As whoa, Turner, Collins, quick, Turner had to slam the brake to not drill the 43, and that's going to cost him momentum here. Dylan Schwalberg in the 10 car struggling 27th. So the reason why the 10 is struggling here is, from what we're being told, the 10 team took 2 tires on the pit stop. So that is why the 10 is kind of struggling back here in 27th. So can't imagine that Schwalberg's too very thrilled with that pit call here. There's Freeze. Remember, he was the one that stayed out. So far, he has fallen to 28th and could be in danger of falling into outside the top 30. There's RJ Bishop in the 71, driving the 77 this week for the suspended Diego Yepes. So Bishop getting an opportunity here. Bishop got involved in an accident early at Valkenburg and didn't really get much of a chance to really show what he was capable of. So he's getting another shot here in the 77. Oh, trouble! Hannah Allen and Gallic Downey hard in the wall. Big hits for the 22 and the 88. They go hard into the turn 2 wall, and that will bring the caution back out again. Here's the race back to the line. Weeks is going to obviously lead at the line. Shelley comes across for second. But oh boy, another caution flag here, and probably a big feeling of relief for a lot of these guys that didn't pit or didn't take 4 tires. They are now going to get their races back together, back and sorted together here. So I believe this is just a carbon copy of the Turner and Jemba incident, except this time Downey, instead of hooking him to the wall, hits the right rear, and that spins the car around. These guys are all fighting for that space, and it's just causing wrecks here, as that didn't look as egregious as what Turner did to Jemba, but at the same time, for Downey, not exactly a good look, especially after coming off a career best day at the Netherlands. No fancy strategies this time. It's all 4 tires and fuel here on pit road. As we see the race off of pit road here. Zane Davidson, the 91. He's having some issues getting the car refired. So the former points leader in the 91, he is trying to get out of his box, but finally gets out. But he is going to drop 20 positions from where he was on the racetrack. And that's going to put him in a really bad position here. That was not what the 91 team needed. Two cautions over the course of 22 laps so far today. And Dejan Weeks, your points leader, is still your race leader. Green flag back in the air. Solid start for Weeks, but Strigley in the 86, he also got a pretty good launch. The 86, he might be peaking underneath the 30 for the lead here. Ooh, Weeks does not get off of turn 2 maybe as well as he would have hoped. He has got the 86 all over his back bumper here, and he's starting to cause a bit of a train. And here comes Shelley, throws it way underneath the bottom there, trying to get underneath caps. And here comes the 86 and the 19 as Curtis makes it almost 3 wide. But the 86 slides behind the 30 car. Curtis goes all the way down to the bottom lane, looking for second place from the 86. Curtis hooking the bottom. He goes way past the 86 there, and he moves into second place. Now looking for the 30 of Weeks, but Wrigley crosses him up. Nice crossover from the 86. Here comes Srigley down the bottom lane. Tries to throw it in there. Gets a little bit loose. Curtis slides up the track off of turn number 4. And Curtis with a good run. Oh, we may have had something happen in the back. No caution, but Lamas is slow off of turn 4. He's got a problem. Lamas in trouble in the 48 car. The pole sitter. The 40 looks like he's got some heavy rear damage here. And look at the stack up that caused. It is pure mayhem back here in the middle of this pack. Oh, you can see the smoke off of turn 4. Something definitely happened here. But what we know for sure is Lamas, he's got some damage and he's in trouble. Let's see what happens here. This is the battle for 11th. As, they go 4 wide. And Sanford, he slides into Marchese, pushing him into Lamas and sending Lamas hard into the wall. And Marchese with heavy right side damage as well. Oh, look at the stack up. Oh, everyone had to slam the brakes for the 9 and the 56. Lamas arguably took the worst of it, but Marchese, man, he got hit pretty good too. Here's Lamas now. He's trying to do what he can to recover from, that wall incident as he makes contact with Aiden Shepard, who got way out of shape. Marchese now trying to come back as well in the 83 car. He's, I don't think as damaged as Lamas, so I think he's a bit quicker. That's got to be a tough break for Lamas. This race started so well for him, but ever since the caution started coming, things have gone worse and worse. But you can see the difference in speed regardless of damage there, as Lamas just got right past Mashburn like it was absolutely nothing. As Sanford, close enough. Smith goes way up towards the outside as the 98 of Bishop Jr. now goes through. And they're about to meet a fellow wounded warrior in the 17 of Turner. So this is 30th, 31st, and 32nd. These are all guys, really fast guys who have had some trouble today. Bow for the lead here. Here comes DJ Curse underneath the 30 of Weeks. Side by side here at the line. Weeks leads the lap, but Curtis with a good run. Weeks was able to pull away on that on the previous restart, but right now Curtis, they have got this 19, I think, dialed up right now as he clears the 30 to take the lead from Weeks, but Weeks now, he crosses him up. Weeks trying to run the bottom here to get the 19 back, but Curtis, he is working that middle top really well, and he's going to, I think, clear the 30. DJ, if he can just clear Weeks, but Weeks keeps his nose in it as he runs below him. So Weeks not going to let him get away without a fight. And this is just dragging. Check this out. Shelley and Srigley now are getting back towards the lead here. They're getting dragged into this. And these two are also battling as well for third. Curtis, I tell you what, he is hooking that middle outside really well. No one's been able to really run that line like he has. And it's working. And he's going to finally clear the 30 completely. But that 19's getting some good mileage out of that middle. And he clears into turn 2. And he's off to the lead here. And he's going to try and see if he can pull away from Weeks. Battle for 10th here between Blake Warren and Dane Stinson here. Blake Warren having a really strong run here. As we're just about to reach the halfway point. Stinson goes by to take the top 10 position from him though. But Blake, he's holding up pretty well inside this top 15. Although he's now about to be putting a 3-wide sandwich with Caps and Zayden Davidson. Davidson all the way towards the yellow line. He has been hauling it since that restart. He has been making up places upon places in this 91 car. Got to imagine it's just pure frustration being let out from Zayden here. He is driving as hard as he can, tire wear be damned, to try and get those positions that he lost back, and he's pretty much accomplished that. But with Weeks up there in second place, Zay knows he is in a very tight situation here, points-wise, so he's got to really make these moves here. Bobby Jones is another driver that's on the move here. He's looking for 5th from Shelley. And, oh boy, Shelley cut in front of him. Jones had a run, and they made contact through 1 and 2. Jones now trying to drag race his 71 down the back straightaway, but he does not have as much draft as Shelley does. Some really hard racing here. We've had 2 cautions and roughly 3 incidents total, and it has not turned down the aggression at all. Jones cannot get the run off of turn 4 he needs to make a pass on Shelley. But meanwhile, the battle for the lead has kind of come to a halt here. And things have stabilized. Curtis hangs in the lead. Weeks sitting in second place. Battle for 10th here is DeMax. Ooh, he slides way up the track off of turn 2. DeMax with a big mistake in the 18 car, and Zayden just goes right past him with basically no effort. So DeMax now falls out of the points after a little bit of a mistake there. James Surfox in the 34 has climbed up to 8th place. His teammate Sean Harple, he's having a great day so far in this 14. And he has caught the 47 of Bobby Jones looking for 6. So Harple is on the move at the moment. He's one of the fastest cars on the track. He's got some momentum. This 14 team has really struggled over these past couple of months. They had a really solid start with several points finishes, but things have just not really gone very well for him and Surfox as well. Both United Emirates racing cars have kind of been on a bit of a slump ever since Road 1. But right now they're running 7th and 8th. So could be on track for one of their better runs of the season so far. Oh, trouble! Engine problems for the 57 of Sean Perkins as him and Bobo Jones get together. And, oh boy, that was close. But Perkins, he has lost the engine 57. That is some bad smoke. And Perkins missed pit lane. I don't think he could see where pit lane was, and he's missed it. And that is some dark smoke coming out of 57. Yeah, he can't see. And I think he's going to pull it over to the left. But will that bring the caution out? He's putting it towards the grass. No caution. They will not throw the L for the 57. They're going to be able to move it out of the way. And tough break for the surprise Kansas winner. We're being told pit stops are beginning here, and the 86 team has got tires and fuel cans ready. And here we go. Pit stops underway. And if we're looking at the fuel window with around 27 laps to go, if you're pitting from here at this point, you are not going to be able to make it. We're projecting up to 25 laps of fuel at most if you can save it. And it looks like Srigley, Sam England, they're coming to pit road, and they're just going to come pit. Schwalmberg comes to pit road as well. Collins, Lamas, Rodriguez, Eves, Acosta, Smith, Shepard, Smith, Young, Bishop. They pit, and here comes DJ Curtis now from the lead. He's going to come to pit road with around 27 to go. Jemba, Weeks, Shelley stays out in the 71. So Shelley is going to run a couple of extra laps here, it looks like. 26 to go. The projected official fuel window is 22 to 24 laps, maybe 25 if you can save. And right now, Shelley may be looking at trying to make this on one final stop here. Stinson stays out as well. DeMax also stayed out, so it's only a couple of guys who are actually running this risk of staying extra. So Shelley comes to pit road finally. Stinson comes to pit road. There's Srigley. There's DeMax in the 18. He comes to pit road. Blake Warren also stayed out. Sanford as well. So very interesting here. Different fuel strategies. Got a couple of guys. They're going to lose time because they stayed out so long. But they could be in a decent position on fuel. But it is still going to be very, very close, even if they could try to stretch the distance. DJ Curtis came back out in front of Srigley, despite Srigley pitting first. So it looks like Curtis, he is going to take the official lead as there's Shelley off of pit road. So yes, Curtis does take the lead in the 19. He'll cycle around back towards the lead on this lap, as this 19 car has led every lap since it has taken the lead from the 30 of Weeks. Srigley came out in second, so that pitting did work. There's Weeks. He has fallen to third. So the 86 did manage to hop one car, and Weeks is going to have maybe some slightly better tires here as the run goes on. There's Harple, Bobby Jones. This is for fifth. Really strong run for Harple today. There's Zayden. There's Goss in the 51. So he's gotten himself inside the top 10. A really strong run for the 51. And here's the scramble. Shelley, he lost a ton of time pitting so late here. But I think that this is an acceptable situation for them because they may be trying to go for something here. Same case for Stinson. Same case for DeMax. And a few others as well. "20 laps to go here in Michigan. And here's probably the best battle going on track at the moment here, as Harple and Jones going at it for fifth place here. And this is the battle for second. Here comes Weeks underneath the 86 of Srigley there. Here's Sam England in the 82 as well. The 86 and the 82 were the first two cars to pit, at least those that were competitive. So Weeks, with the slightly fresher tires, he is going to make quick work of these two. And he goes past the 86 into second place. And now has his eyes set on the 19 of Curtis. And you have to imagine that this 30 team made some adjustments now, because Curtis kind of just pulled away from him. And while Weeks was able to catch up, or at least keep a stable interval, he was not able to run that 19 down. So with 18 laps to go here, Weeks is going to have his eyes set on the 19, and they pitted the same lap, so no tire advantage between the two. A couple of Mercedes here running just inside the top 10. Davidson now went up to 7th place, so a great comeback from the Australian to get back into the points here. But he is in danger of losing a significant amount 2 weeks. Goss in the 51. This is the second flipside car to crack the top 10 today. So a really strong performance by them. Now Blake is kind of deep in the pack now because he pitted there. pitted late, and DeMax, he slides off at turn 2 again. That 18 is just not driving very well off at turn 2 at all. Now, you're probably interested in something here. So, DeMax and Stinson, remember, these two pitted the latest. They were that small group of cars that pitted really late. Ooh, DeMax again slides up the track. That 18 is just not handling very well. It just does not look like it's healthy. But how about Shelley here in the 71? He was ahead of those two by a significant margin when the pit cycle started. He's down to 14th, and he does not look as quick as he did. So you have to wonder, is Shelley gone into conservation mode, or a more extreme conservation mode? Do they not believe they have enough? Meanwhile, you wouldn't think so with the two Strelly cars, how they're racing right now. Just DeMax and Stinson are basically fighting for a single point as it stands, pending things don't change as they run. Ooh, Sanders throws it in really hard into turn number 4. Here comes Bobo Jones in the 44 and Marchese. This is very deep in the field. Marchese, Lamas, they repaired their damage. But they are still suffering from the effects of that incident off the turn 4 wall. Marchese, he's looking like some pace is coming to the 83 car, so I think he may be actually starting to cut his way through this field. So Marchese trying to see with 13 laps to go. He doesn't have much time, to be honest there. As Sanders went up the track there, there's Farrell also sliding up there. Handling is really coming into play here as Marchese now goes past the 15 and the 33. RJ Bishop in the 77, running in 25th now. Really solid day for him, considering his limited cup experience in these cars. Sanford and Logan Cloud here going at it for 20th. There's Blake Warren. He's had a great day today. Dylan Schwalberg in the 10 car. He's now up to 12th as he goes past the 4. And Schwalberg trying to see if he can somehow scrap some points out of today, because it has been a really difficult afternoon for this 10 team. It's been a really difficult day for Toyota in general, to be honest. They have just not really had much pace up and down the grid. But I'll tell you who does have some pace. DeMax. He just cut through those 3 Mercedes cars we were looking at, and he has now moved into 7th ahead of Zane Davidson. And we're being told it's about for the lead, perhaps. Weeks has caught the 19. So with 11 laps to go, it's getting really interesting here as the long run is starting to come into play. I think DeMax may have... I think his car has started to come to him here, and as the tires have worn out, because that 18 didn't look very healthy for a while. But Weeks has caught this 19 really quickly, and with coming to 10 laps to go, the question of fuel remains. Now, Curtis and Weeks were not the first to pit, so they have a slightly better chance than some other drivers, such as Sam England and Sirigley. They were the first ones to pit. But here comes the 30. The points leader looking for the lead, trying to get it back from the 19. This is basically round 2 between these two. And Weeks, man, he is pulling that 19 on the straightaway here. That 30 is just drafting so strongly. Curtis is trying to fight him off, but Weeks, he's just got some better corner exit there. Curtis tries to use the middle top that he was using earlier, and it's not working as effectively as before. 9 to go. Here comes Weeks underneath the 19. Can he clear the 19? Curtis fights hard on the outside, trying to keep the 30 pinned down on the bottom. But Weeks now, he goes way down below, trying to prevent a side draft from the 19. Great battle between these two for the lead as Weeks tries to clear him on the 19 as Curtis threw it in really hard in the corner, but unfortunately couldn't make it stick, and Weeks now takes the lead. He's clear. Coming to 7 to go. Here comes Samuel England in the A2. He's coming to pit road. So England brings it to pit road. Does anyone come with them? Harple comes with them in the 14. This is the top off to make it to the end. 7 to go here. England's going to have to see. I'm curious to see, will they take 2 tires or take 4? 7 laps is a lot of time here. So England comes to his stall. Let's see some strategies here. Harple was behind the 82. There's the 9 of Rodriguez. So a couple of guys coming to pit road as Harple. Oh, Harple takes 2 tires in the 14. This is for track position. This is to jump the 82, but England takes 4 tires. So 4 tires for England. He's going to get to hot lap to end this race with 6 to go. Dejan Weeks stays out. Curtis stays out. They're not going to pit yet. Here comes Joseph Srigley in the 86 to pit road. He stayed out as long as he could, I believe, but he's coming to pit road. Will anyone else come down with them? And no, several guys still going to stay on the racetrack here. Here comes Collins to pit road. So England came to pit road, took 4 tires, and I'm curious to see how this will play out with these guys, because with 4 tires, he is going to be running these guys down. And to be honest, if you're the 30 or the 19, if you're going to run deep, you might as well make a splash and go, or perhaps only take 2 tires. Here comes Curtis to pit road. Curtis is going to come to pit road. I think this is a move to try and hop the 30. Here comes Jones to pit road. Zane Davidson to pit road. Goss to pit road. And look at the speed difference. There's England with the 4 tires. He is going to fly right past a lot of cars here. And look at the speed difference here. He pulls several seconds ahead of the 34 and the 96 in a single corner. Weeks now. Curtis pitted. They're going to have to respond to that. And Weeks comes to pit road, so they cannot make it on fuel. With 5 to go. There's Harper with the 2 tires. There's DeMax. DeMax has not... Remember, DeMax stayed out long. So DeMax takes the lead with 4 to go. Oh, there's England. Holy cow, look at the speed difference on 4 tires. England's going to get his lap back. Equal power on straights, but in the corners it is not even close as DeMax... He's going to stay out here. No sign of coming to pit road. There's Stinson in second. And Surfox from third is going to come to pit road with 4 laps to go, 3 at the line. These guys have pitted. Freeze has not pitted. Caps has not pitted either. Neither has Shelley. So 3 to go here for DeMax. And if they're going to pit late here, it is going to be a splash and go. But something's interesting about Stinson, though. He is 4.6 seconds behind DeMax. Those two were battling for position here. Has Dane Stinson gone into ultra conservation mode to try and make it here? DeMax still does not pit here. Coming to 2 laps to go. Two laps to go for Eric DeMax here in the 18. They stayed out long on the last run, and I think they might be going for it here. But look at the speed difference here between these guys on tires. Here comes DeMax through 3 and 4. There is no movement on the 18 pit crew right now. They are just standing there watching. It's coming to the white flag. Eric DeMax is going to go for it. If you're Joseph Sirigley Racing, you've got nothing to lose at this point. This is for your first win as a team. And DeMax, he has a 5-second gap to play with. Stinson has gone into conservation mode. And DeMax now, he can take his time. He can be off throttle if he wants to. Half a lap to go for DeMax. Are they going to do it here? DeMax has just got to get through 3 and 4. He can coast from here, I believe. Off of turn 4. Eric DeMax and Joseph Sirigley Racing. They're going to pull it off. They've done it. Eric DeMax has won. And Joseph Sirigley Racing for the first time as a team in the Sony Cup Series, they have won in the Sony Cup Series. And they have done it in style, a 1-2 finish for the team. Back at the line, a couple of guys have not pitted. There's Sanford, he's crossed the line in 5th. Where's this here? Sam England, he took 4 tires. He comes across the line for points. Curtis gets inside the points. There's Weeks. Weeks did not score a point. Miles Mashburn in the 07 has scored points. But Eric DeMax in the 18, him and Joseph Sirigley Racing have pulled off a massive fuel gamble here, and they've come across the line 1-2. DeMax might have been sputtering. There's Shelley. He's going an extra lap just for the heck of it. But look at this top 10. As we saw everyone cross the line, Vince Freeze finishes 3rd after what has been an up and down day for Freeze. James Shelley comes across for 4th, the best finishing Ford of the day. Charles Sanford, he stayed out. It comes home, and he comes home with a 5th. Shelley, he comes across with 4th as well, so he also stayed out. Remember, he was in that group. Bobo Jones in the 44. Look at that. 6th place for Jones. What a finish for Allen Family Racing Team. They needed that one. Samuel England takes 4 tires, and it actually paid off. He comes across for 7th. So despite not having enough fuel, they make the right strategy call to come back into 7th. DJ Curtis finishes 8th, so him pitting first worked. It got him in front of the 30. Miles Mashburn, first career points for the rookie. He finishes 9th. He also stayed out. And Joseph Sirigley comes across 10th. And he only gets a single point. But at this point, I don't think he even cares about the driver points, as Joseph Sirigley Racing goes 1-2 in a massive fuel finish for the team. And DeMax, unsponsored. Get the man a sponsor. Get this man a sponsor. I don't want to see that black car ever again. Before we go to the results and points here, let's check this out. So here's Miles Mashburn. He was 7th. And he stayed out. So this was a fuel gamble for him. And then there's the 19 of Curtis in front of the 30. And Joseph Sirigley got past the 30 of Weeks, entering turn 3 and 4. And that allowed the 86 to get into the points and deny Weeks a point. And Sirigley almost got to Mashburn in time to steal 9th, but just came up slightly short, just under a 10th. So we're being told that the 30 team did not take tires. Look at the difference in speed here. Sirigley took 2 tires. This is why the difference in speed was so drastic. So this was for a point. And the 86 team, they just sniped it from Weeks at the last second. So a good piece of strategy by those guys. And Bobo Jones, the top 6 made it on fuel. And then Miles Mashburn as well. So 7 of the top 10, they stayed out to make it to the end. And Dejan Weeks and DJ Curtis, who led almost the entire race combined. Curtis is the only one that walks away with any type of points. And for the second time in 4 races, we have had a very exciting fuel finish here. Joseph Sirigley Racing 1-2 for the first time, their first win. Dane Stinson scores his best career finish with 2nd.